name is and I'll be reading an excerpt from my Fishy Stepmom, Chapter 1, Operation Slime. My Fishy Stepmom by Shakira Bond. This book was launched during the 2019-2020 school year as a way of highlighting the importance of school library during the International Library Month in the month of October. My Fishy Stepmom is an hilarious offering from Barbadian author Shakira Bond. The novel serves a wonderful offering of Caribbean fantasy fiction. It was also a finalist in the 2018 Burt Award for Caribbean Young Adult Literature. The back door opens, and I know my daddy, the gentleman that he is, will let gal five inside the house first. I am overwhelmed by the smell of fruity, cheap perfume. Now, I release the ball from my V-grip and watch as it speeds towards the target. Yes, yes, no. The ball misses the rim of the bucket by a whisper. I hope that its wind is enough to make the bucket lose balance from the edge of the refrigerator, but it's not my lucky day. Instead, the ball continues across the kitchen and crashes through the window. The glass shatters. Gal 5 screams and tries to duck, but she's wobbly on her 6-inch heels. Daddy grabs Gal 5 by the arm, steadying her balance. He looks down at the broken glass on the floor, and then glares up at me on the stairs. Josephine Elizabeth Dara Cadogan. Through the open door, I see Akai diving from behind the hibiscus bushes, scrambling to get away before he's discovered. Though the bush is only about 4 feet high, it completely covers his short slide frame. He looks the part of a good lookout, wearing a dark green shirt and blank jeans, with a red hibiscus flower stuck into a black knitted tam on his head. But that's as far as resemblance goes. As usual, he trips over his 2 left feet, so he decides to stay on the ground and crawls back through the gate next door. How many times I must tell you not to throw balls in the house? Daddy slaps the sides of the fridge in frustration. I gasp as the bucket rocks. Daddy glances up and manages to jump out of the way just before the bucket tips over. I guess it's my lucky day after all. All of the contents, the fish guts and scales, fall on Gal 5. It looks like a brain had exploded on top of her head, with one particularly long fat piece of entrails sliding down her ear and plopping onto her bare shoulder like a vomit-colored earthworm. I can't help but gag at the putrid smell of the fish intestines after smoldering in Barbadian heat for 3 hours. Another swarm of flies zipped through the back door and danced above Gal 5's head, eager to feast on the foul rotting flesh. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, she cries. Oh my God. I think, computing the 5th word for Akai sequence, I'm definitely spending too much time with him. With her trembling hand, she plucks a fish head from a short brown leaf. A long string of slime clings to her fingers. It reminds me of the gory trail of slug leaves behind when trying to escape a salt ambush. This is too much. I just can't, she yells. Gal 5 yanks the hair off her head, exposing cornrows covered by a tan stocking cap. She throws the brown wig on the ground and stands and heads for the door. Debbie, wait! Daddy calls after her, but she ignores him. Goodbye, Gal 5. Daddy turns around just in time to see the smug look on my face. Oh, I race to my bedroom. Daddy's long legs stride up the stairs behind me, 3 or 4 at a time. I got my height from Daddy. I'm already taller than all the boys in my class, and really skinny like a string bean. Daddy must be hopping mad because he's forgotten about his bad knee. At least twice a week, I have to rub it with Benji's balm. a strong vapor rub that helps with the pain. I burst into my room and try to shut the door, but Daddy's already pushing against it, trying to force his way inside. It's a losing battle. 80 pounds versus 210. It's not my fault. It was an accident. You're the one who knocked down the bucket, I yelled, trying to muster superhuman strength from my fear. But I know my excuses are as pointless as my attempt to block the door. I move my body away, and Daddy stumbles inside. I take advantage of the moment and dive between his legs. I remember to keep my elbows in the air and roll to cushion the impact, just like how Coach Blooms instructed Jared during a diving practice session. Josephine, I'm going to count to 3. Daddy yells behind me. 1. I raced down the stairs and dashed into the living room. Mr. Pimples, my blue and yellow angelfish, seems to gasp at my intrusion. He hides in the shipwreck in his tank. 2. I can almost feel Daddy's hot breath on my neck as I dive and roll behind the couch, missing his grasp by an inch. 3. As dire as the situation is, I can't help but think this is like a Dutch ball game. I imagine the commentator cheering for me. That was close. He nearly caught his ear. Josephine Cadogan, what a player! Daddy throws a cushion at me, and I fling my hands in the air in dramatic style, curving my back so that it flies past me, but then it hits into the TV stand. The framed picture of Mom flies high into the air. It's one of our favorites, because the photographer had captured her with her head thrown back in mid-laugh, her curly hair with blonde highlights catching the sun. So, you want to know what happens to Josephine and all of her shenanigans? Come visit us at the Rima North Library and borrow a copy of our book. Thank you.